Chapter 7 bankruptcy gets short shrift as far as I'm concerned. I've worked with consumers for many, many years regarding debt and credit issues, and Chapter 7 is feared. It's something they don't want to do even when it's in their best interests, clearly. So let's talk a little bit about what people misunderstand about bankruptcy. First of all, depending on your circumstances, it's probably the least expensive option available to you. Secondly, it will provide you with the most immediate relief. So, for example, if you enroll in a DMP, a debt management plan, it's 5 years, and you're paying back, on average, 2% of your balances in full, so you'll be paying just a little bit of interest on all of your balances there. And for that 5 years, $20,000 enrolled in the plan, and you pay $22,700, okay, over 60 months. 5 years. Whereas a Chapter 7 is completed in 6 months or less, obviously quicker, and instead of that $22,700 that's paid back, the national average cost for bankruptcy, and that includes filing fees, attorney costs, and the whole thing, is less than $2,000. So you got $22,700 in this example, or $2,000, or less than. You've got 5 years and 6 months. So it really is the heavyweight champion of debt relief options. When it comes to Chapter 7, discharging your debt, getting a fresh start with your credit, you'll recover and have access to reasonably priced credit products in 1, 2, and 3 years when considering legitimate credit needs in this current economy. You'll have credit offers for unsecured credit cards again. They'll appear in your mail within months or weeks even of your discharge. Obviously, they're going to be low limits and higher interest, but you're probably not in a hurry to go out and get new credit cards because some of that may be what led you to bankruptcy, medical bills and things like that. When it comes to making a decision to file bankruptcy, the decision may already have been made for you. For example, you can't afford any of the other options. Or you're being levied, garnished, you've got liens placed against you, your financial situation has deteriorated to a place where really the only logical solution is bankruptcy. And if you can qualify for Chapter 7, and let me explain this. In 2005, there were changes to the bankruptcy laws that created a state-specific median income that, depending on what your state says, a person or a household of this many people can make this much in income, and if you're over that by a couple of $1,000s, you're probably going to be forced into a Chapter 13. You don't have access to a Chapter 7. However, if you're under that, or maybe just a couple of thousand over, working with a skilled attorney, finding those allowable exemptions to still qualify for Chapter 7, you have to clear this median income hurdle. That's number one. Also, state-specific are homestead exemptions, or what amount of your home you can have equity in before it's forced sold by the bankruptcy court in order to take the proceeds and disperse it to creditors. So that's a decision-making process as well. There are options in Chapter 13 to keep your home if that's the case. We'll discuss that in another video. One other attribute of bankruptcy, and it's more of an emotional kind of thing, maybe even a moral, is the sense that you failed, that you just absolutely couldn't make it. And there's nothing further from the truth. All kinds of things happen in people's lives that are unexpected. Medical bills, divorce, separation, you have a dual income household, one income leaves and you're trying to get by on the same bills with just one income, and it's an impossibility. Things can stack up and roll against you very rapidly, especially in today's economy. So over 1 million people filed bankruptcy in 2011, 1.2 million. About 70% of those filings were Chapter 7. Some of the Chapter 13s out of that were later converted or will later convert into a Chapter 7. So bankruptcy is not a personal failure, it's just kind of a financial setback, and or could be viewed as a financial fresh start. Don't look at it as failure, look at it as being able to move on with your future instead of paying for your past. If you need help with bankruptcy, you need to speak with an attorney, call the toll-free number or fill out the form that you see on the screen. Click on the resources section in the submenu above. Go through some of the articles, engage in conversation in our forums. If you can't readily find the answers you're looking for, here at Debt CC. Click the Ask an Expert feature, get answers that way, start a forum thread, and have community participation and get the answers that way as well.